So let's say you're going to create a calendar for your grade level team. To do so, scroll down to the plus sign and click on Create New Calendar. Title it fourth grade team or fourth grade PLC or whatever you want to, but something to that effect. Add a description if you want to, but you don't need to. Now the calendar creation process does take about a minute to fully create, so give it a little bit of time. But you can start thinking about things that you would want to add into this. For example, every week you have a PLC, so maybe you wanted to write in your calendar what people should bring with them, what data, what results, what forms, what assessments. You can also talk about maybe field trip deadlines or field trip days, or this class is going to go to this assembly at this time, or whatever there needs to happen, or maybe field day, here's how we're going to make that work, or Ho'olalea. So as you can see, the fourth grade team was successfully created. I'm going to go over here. It arbitrarily picked this bright purple. It is pretty great, but it's the same color as another one of my calendars, so I'm going to go ahead and make it, let's make it this nice turquoise. That sounds fun. I'm going to also go to settings and sharing. Since this is a calendar event for my grade level team, it makes sense that I should share it with them specifically. So I'm going to go to add people. If I was on the fourth grade team, I would need to share it with Bernard. I would need to share it with Manoha and Sato and Nai and Drunk / Martino. Anyway, all of these people, how did Sato know show up? There we go. So all of these people would need to be included in that calendar. And I could say that they can see all the event details, but honestly, I can't imagine anyone really messing anything up on purpose. So I would probably give all of these settings. I'd give all of them the ability to make changes to calendar events and the ability to manage sharing. So they could add in other people, like I forgot Alexis. Sorry, Alexis. Anyway, so they could add in additional people, maybe their EL person, which I think would be Owen? No. Anyway, so they could add in what other people they wanted. Maybe they only wanted certain people to be able to edit events so that it doesn't get messed up or whatever. But up to you guys. You can adjust the permission settings as needed. I'm not going to actually send it to them because they'll be very confused. Anyway, you would actually push send. You would not need to make this available to the public. That doesn't make any sense. You really don't even need to make this available for the DOE. This is really just for you guys. You can share it with just your people, decide if you want to add in notifications, and then later on, if you need to delete it, you can. So let's go back. Let's pretend I needed to make an event. Well, one easy one to get out of the way. Let's create an event, more options. We do know that there's going to be a fourth PLC from 8 a.m., not 8:30, 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. It does repeat, and this is going to be very, very, very helpful. You are going to want to do a custom repeat. So it's going to happen from 8 to 9 a.m. every Tuesday and Friday, and it's going to end on the last day of school. So it's going to end on this day. And so that's how often you want it to happen. Make sure it's in the right calendar, because once you start creating calendars, it's really easy to throw it in the wrong one. So you want it to be for the fourth grade team. And I would recommend adding in your fourth grade minutes so that no one has to go digging for them. They're literally attached to the calendar event. There's no, I should probably push search. There's no hunting. It's just right there. So you can insert your minutes into every single one of those iterations, and you're going to push save. And now everyone who's looking at the fourth grade team can see that the fourth PLC is happening all the way. It's already inserted all the way until the end of May, and then it stops, and then it no longer repeats. So it's already in there, 8 a.m. every Tuesday, every Friday. Now, as we know, we don't actually have school all of those days. So for example, the 8th, we're going to be at fall break, so I can click on that specific one, click delete, and say I just want to delete this event, and now that one's gone, and I can click and delete this one. Make sure you don't click delete all events. That's a very sad moment. So just pay attention to the prompts, and then you can delete specific ones. You can create those gaps that are caused by field trips or holidays or whatever else. Okay, so we created a PLC. Now let's say that at our next PLC, as you can see, the minutes are attached into every single one of these. How convenient and beautiful is that? But let's say on Friday, I'm going to click on edit. I can even put the location. Maybe this is not necessarily accurate, but maybe the next one's in Manoha's room. That's B201. And I'm going to say, please bring CFA to data. And let's say they need to bring in a field trip form. Okay, so now I'm going to push save. It's going to ask, do I want to edit this event only, this and everything after it, or all of the events? Well, no, I just want this one to be edited. So I'm going to click OK. And as you can see, just this one says B201. So now you can even see the location. So no one has to go scrolling through all those papers. You can see exactly when and where you're meeting and edit it here. And when people click on it, they can say, okay, please bring CFA2 and field trip forms. So you can add in information as needed. So that's just one way. I mean, you can add in other events, maybe on October, you're gonna have a field trip. So maybe on October 25th, all day, you're gonna be at a field trip. Remind kids to bring money for snacks. I don't know, whatever you need to write. But you can add in any other things. You can attach, maybe there's a field trip form so that people can easily find it if the parents are asking for one. So you can attach everything related to that field trip right here. Again, if you needed to, if you wanted to, and then everyone in your team can see on this day there's going to be a field trip, and you can say where you're going or whatever else. But anyway, do you have to do this? No. But it's kind of a nice way. You can say everyone needs to bring, so complete personification unit. Or you can even say, so sorry, the personification unit is going to happen from September 23rd until October 11th. And so you can even have that, and you can save that so that you guys can see, okay, we're teaching the personification unit during this time, and then the CFA is going to happen. So you can use this however you want it to do. You can do it more geared towards RTI stuff. You can do it towards assessment or units. You can do it towards PLCs and meetings and important forms and nitty-gritty things. It's whatever you guys think will be best for you. I just know that people are really not apt to look at the minutes from all of these meetings, and a calendar is just such a faster view for when things are due, when things need to be turned in. So just an idea if you want to create a grade level calendar.